spelling bee is different from most musicals because, fortunately, we get a different show every night.
Every show we have 4 audience volunteers and we never know what they're gonna do. We don't know what they're gonna say. We don't know if they're gonna spell words right or wrong, if they're gonna try or not try.
Anything can happen at any moment, and that kind of keeps the adrenaline going throughout the whole thing.
There are so many different outcomes that could happen in Spelling Bee, which is why it's completely different than any other musical.
Most musicals are just set on stage. It's very much just like telling a story and then it's over, but Spelling Bee, it's really, really fun and very unique.
Spelling Bee is so different from typical musicals because we're kids. There's so much more energy and there's so much more freedom to just like flail around and be a child on stage, and I love that.
It is interesting because there are so many different characters. It's adults playing children, and I wanted to make sure that we played them as true characters, not as a caricature.
I think what sets Spelling Bee apart from others is the improvisation. It really opens you up as an actor just to try a lot of different things.
And so you have to make accommodations for things that may happen, and I like that. Keep the actors on their toes at all times.
It's funny because being an actor, you're used to being very repetitive, doing things over and over and trying to make them seem fresh. But with this, you don't really have to do that so much because it is fresh. Every time is fresh. Not just for the audience, but it's fresh for us too.
What makes Spelling Bee different than a musical is actually you feel like you're part of the bee, you're part of the audience, you're part of the, like you could be sitting right next to the parents who are like videotaping it. I mean, there's not gonna be any videotaping, don't do it.
It's a completely interactive experience, and all the songs lend themselves to each character, so it's a really great way to tell a story.
I can't wait to see it in full production and on its feet, so make sure you buy your tickets.